Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mike and Rob, and we're back here for our third episode here. And Rob, really excited. We had a nice little break there. Welcome back.
Yes, we're back again.
Yep,
Happy to be back.
absolutely. And I think we made a lot of like good strides here over our break here, right? So,
Yeah,
we've been kind of operating here, kind of on the fly, no pun intended, right? So,
we'll bring that in.
yeah,
You want to introduce that?
yeah, so like we finally kind of came up with a name, came up with a logo. We're gonna post this. You're gonna see the logo here, but it's the flyby with Mike and Rob, and kind of with the PH here with the Philly feel.
Great choice. I love it.
Absolutely. It's again, Rob and I were able to kind of come up with it and put our heads together and kind of hatch this out, and then. No, we didn't design the logo though,
Yeah,
right? We are definitely not the logo design team here, but happy with the way that the logo turned out, right?
it looks great. It was tough thinking of names. Like we were texting back and forth, and we couldn't agree. Not that we couldn't agree, but it was just a hard process,
Yeah,
because it's going to stick.
right.
But then we both, the one you sent to me, I said I like that, and you said I like that too, and
Yeah.
so we went with it.
Yeah, so the flyby. So that's what we are, just flying by here with some good Philly info here for everybody, and I think it's kind of fitting.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I think explain who designed it for us.
Oh yeah. So like again, we talked about it on our shows before. We're not really tech savvy. You know what I mean? This is
Yes.
probably the highlight of what you're going to get out of us. I mean, for the most part. So again, knowing our limitations, like we're like, God, we need a logo. We need after now that we got a name, and so we went on a website called Fiverr, right? So
Right.
yeah, and it's kind of like an outsourcing website that they have people that are freelance overseas, and it was like a $20 gamble. I said, Rob, let's just throw this shit up against the wall. And we'll see what happens, right?
So you texted it to me and you said that somebody in Pakistan was working on it for us.
I know.
And so I was a little concerned that they didn't really know where Philadelphia would be, but
That spell it, let alone know where it was or any type of culture here.
yeah,
That was my concern too. And but I think they did a freaking outstanding for
it's
a $20, shot here. And the dude nailed it on the first shot for
I
the most
love it.
part,
I love it.
know.
I'm sure everybody can look at it right now if they're watching.
Yeah.
It turned out great.
Yeah, love it. Let us know what you think here. Give us some feedback. Love to hear from our folks here. So again, we came back from a little bit of break, kind of making some headways in here. We're going to start to, create a Facebook page and Instagram, and now we'll have channels on YouTube.
Right,
Um,
the podcast channels, Apple,
absolutely.
Spotify, maybe.
Yep,
See
we're going
where
to
it
start to set
goes.
that up right now. Yep.
Hmm.
So we're going to get more organized, as somebody once told us. You guys got to get organized. So we're getting there.
Yeah, people were saying, send me the link. I'm like, well, I don't know how to send you the
Yeah.
link. If you're not my Facebook friend, you can't watch it.
Right. Yep. So we will get a little. So this is the path of that. So had a
Yeah, of
little bit of break there from the holiday, Thanksgiving. Which is always good. Spend some time with family and stuff like that. Get to see some people. We were talking about that
course.
before we came. And speaking of family, Rob, I know you have a big week kind of coming up here, right?
So we're preparing for my niece's wedding. Congratulations to Kim and Matt. So this wedding we leave next week on Thursday. We head to Miami for the wedding. It's going to be awesome. So we fly in Thursday. On Friday, they have a welcome party for us, and there's a dress code kind of thing. It's called Resort Chic at the welcome party.
Resort chic.
So,
Oh,
uh,
I'm thinking Miami Vice right away because one, you're in Miami, right? Don Johnson look,
Crockett
T-shirt,
Tub.
of
Yeah,
course, right?
definitely.
Um,
So we're trying to figure out. So the next day is the wedding, which is resort formal attire. So we're on the resort chic, me and I'm somehow in charge of getting the boys' clothing as well.
what are you doing right there?
I'm doing my best to do it. So we're talking linen pants and like shirts, like buttoned down, and then the top few buttons unbuttoned. So I get this one. We're trying them on tonight, and this shirt's pink, and everyone's just laughing at me in the house, Carol included, the boys. I get this next shirt on. It has like the 3-button, like Henley kind of shirt, but it just has no collar. It's just a wraparound like a priest. So then they're ripping me like, Rabbi is here.
Rabbi Rob.
I'm like, I'm wearing this.
Middle time.
So we're kind of like scramble mode right now. But I'm wearing these clothes, and she's not too happy with me. Gonna just go through with it. So, but meanwhile, she's texting me, "You go to LL or J. Crew tomorrow and find some chinos." I'm like, "But I'm wearing these linen pants. I think they look good."
You know what I love? I love the fact that she's selected you to be in charge of, the boys and supersede that, right? But yet she's questioning your selection to begin with, right?
Thank you, thank you. It's almost an impossible task, to
It
tell you
is,
the truth.
no doubt, no doubt.
So then, even further, the next day is the resort formal attire. So we're wearing suits. So I'm
Okay.
going to wear a black suit, a black shirt, no tie, or somebody's wearing a tie out of the four of us.
Mm.
I think it might be me, but I'm hopefully not. I don't want to wear one. So we had to go to Galeli for the boys to rent suits.
Okay.
So the guy there, Mike, very helpful with us. He helped us through the whole thing. I took Jack there and Charlie. They have their stuff picked out. However, we have to pick it up on Wednesday, so there's no margin for error here.
Yeah. So now so again, press for time here, get the logistical aspect of it,
Yes.
we taking any time off? Obviously, you're taking time off for the wedding. How about before this? Like, right? So what's your time off from school, like, or from work, right?
I'm obviously off Thursday, Friday, but I'm taking Wednesday too.
You need to.
Because Ben still has to go to get the suit, try on the suit tomorrow morning. So he doesn't even his isn't even picked.
Yeah.
Like started the order.
Yeah.
So it's a little chaotic right now. I can't wait
Yeah.
for the wedding. I just can't wait for everything to be in the suitcase, packed, ready to go.
And in your hotel room, right? So
Yes.
all for the plane in the hotel room,
So we
and
all know what we're wearing, and we kind of think
right,
it's ready to go because they're talking about loafers, wearing loafers. I guess no socks, like
right.
Miami look,
Yeah. So like when you're saying like like what was it? Chic, um,
resort chic.
resort chic. You
So
know what
there's
I mean?
also like she sent mood boards, which are just pictures of people in their clothes to give you an idea of what each of these.
To set the mood. Okay.
Yeah, to figure it
Yeah.
out what you should be wearing. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting once we come rolling through there.
Yeah.
I think we'll all look good. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
it happening.
Right. And you know what, Rob? So like I've been part of like some like destination weddings, and obviously even you're there, it's like obviously you take part of it because it's family and you love them and stuff like that.
Yes,
But it
yes.
it is a big ask, man. If you know what I mean? But again, how many opportunities are you going to get this like with the children to take
Right.
them down and Carol go to Miami and the rest of your family here?
Right. We
So
also you turn it into like a mini vacation,
absolutely, yeah,
and then just a couple giant parties mixed in there, which is going to be
the
so much
family,
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm looking so forward to it.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a good time, man. Yeah, and those guys at Galeli's, man. I mean, I think like we were talking about that, right? Like they did your prom.
Oh, yeah, for the prom back in like '93. So
Yeah,
they've been there forever.
they
So,
have been.
but
There,
he was very helpful. The guy Mike, thank him. Um, I just hope it all comes together
right?
at the end.
Yeah,
So
good.
I think it will, but
Yeah,
we'll let Carol be the judge.
yeah. It's funny is like I can kind of relate to the one part there with Tina. Like I have these pair of Jordans and they're like a baby blue and red, and they're like Jordan threes. And whenever I break them out, it's like Tina will say like, "What the fuck are those?" What are you wearing, right? And I was like, like I'm a grown
I
man. I
look
can
good.
dress myself. What do you mean? I can dress myself. So sometimes it's funny how we question like what it is, our
Yeah.
fashion choice. I'm not trying to say I'm fucking GQ smooth by any means,
No,
but
neither am I. Yeah.
but I'm not going out there like to embarrass you. Trust me, that's not the
No,
or
yeah,
myself for that matter. I want to try and make sure that I look good and I'm
of course,
comfortable
yeah.
and that I like what I'm wearing
Mm,
here.
yeah. Like all these
So,
clothes I have, I feel like I look good and like I
right.
feel like I'll fit right in.
Yeah.
So
If you look like a rabbi in the process there, if the priest doesn't
yeah,
show up, you're on
yeah,
standby, Rob, to
I'll do
fucking
it.
step in if you need to, step
I'll
on a
kick it.
glass with a couple muscle tops and throw them up. You're ready to go.
I'll do an online course on the plane on the way out there, get my
Wha-
certification.
yeah, that's pretty funny though. Yeah, yeah.
I know
But
it'll be
listen,
fun. It'll be a great time.
yeah, definitely. Especially this time of year, going out with family, right, over the holidays here, which is, you know, what it's all about. It's good time to be in Miami for sure. It's got to be like 80 down there, right?
Yeah,
Fucking
it's like
beautiful.
high 70s. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, good. Yeah, well, definitely safe travels. I want to see pictures for
Oh
sure,
yeah,
and
I will
and and
definitely get the
you and the
picture.
crew. Yeah, so that's great, man. Um, being that it is kind of like this time of year, like Christmas, like good theme. Like probably are they having like a Christmas type theme maybe or no? Is it
That
no?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't know. They might be, but
okay, yeah.
I do love your Christmas tree here.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah, it looks
decorated a
good.
little bit. I'm a little Christmas. It's my favorite holiday, no doubt. I love Christmas. I'm looking forward to it. We had a beautiful day today on Sunday, and I finally got my decorations up because it was too fucking cold for me to step outside.
Yeah,
And the inside Tina knocked out pretty quick, but the outside I finally got done today because we caught one, right? And when I do decorate, I do kind of get into like that Christmas spirit, right?
yeah, it's
I
fun.
think we all do, right? And it kind of
Hmm.
it's the nostalgia factor. It kind of takes you back to
Yeah,
when Christmas was magical for like either your children or even yourself when you were a kid, right?
yeah. It's the best time of year.
Yeah,
Everybody, all the lights, everything. We're still decorating, but
yeah,
we're kind of busy doing other
of
things right now.
course. You got a lot more on your plate here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Santa Claus is coming, so
He is coming, man. And I'll tell you what, and nothing was more magical than when you were a kid, man. And this time of year, like writing out your Christmas list, right?
oh
Going through
yeah,
the fucking Sears wish book. Remember that thing when it would come up? And
yes,
going in, me and my brothers would just like be on the couch and like, you know, the only thing that would keep us quiet for hours.
mhm,
We would actually, my dad used to take us to the Thanksgiving Day parade, and we would sit on the couch and do our fucking Christmas list. And if you did
get
the
your
ever
letter
done
ready.
get your letter ready. If you ever done the Thanksgiving Day parade here in Philadelphia, which I just found out was like 105 years old, so it's been around forever.
Yeah,
Um, when we were little, we used to always go there. My dad would take us and get us out of the house. Mom would cook, and then we'd have our Christmas list ready. And then at the end of the parade, they would have like Santa's elves running around with wheelbarrows, and you would throw your Christmas list in, and you knew it was like officially in. I felt like like that was an
yeah,
excitement. Like I got my list. It's with the big guy here. But I will never forget like one Thanksgiving, since we're kind of talking about it, and I had mentioned to you is that when I was a kid, we used to go to the parade every year, when we were little, and it was me and my two brothers, and my sister might not even have been born or was very little at the time where she
right.
wasn't there. So we used to just take the L. We'd walk up to the Huntington Street L stop and then just take the L right in, a couple
All right.
stops. We're right there at like City
I
Hall.
guess your dad loved the parade that
He
much.
did. I mean, I don't know if it was just to get us out of the house. He just
Oh,
took us.
probably.
I mean, I feel like I'm not a parade
Give your
guy.
mom a break.
Give my mom a break. But I feel like even parade appeal is probably more for kids, right?
Right.
So I'm not
Yeah.
a parade guy. They had a parade here. Like you couldn't drag me to a parade or hold a gun to my head now. Like if
No.
because again, like, um, but I think as a kid, I remember like it was fun and exciting, especially the Santa part. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so we would, my dad would take us down. We'd take the L, we'd get off, and I remember there was a McDonald's right there by the city hall. And he would take us to all the McDonald's, right? Get a happy or whatever it was, like the breakfast, and then we'd sit down and we watched the parade. And one year in particular, it was fucking freezing, like it was like the last week
It
here.
usually is.
It is, man. It was merciless. Like, and so I think when we got down there, we're probably whiny little brats, like, oh God, Dad, it's freezing. And maybe we were underdressed. I don't know. But I do know that we were freezing. And so my dad looked around and he sees this woman next to us.
Wait, how old were you?
So I probably was 5. My brother, who's 2 years younger than me, he was probably 3, maybe 4, maybe I'm
Okay.
5 or 6. And then my other brother is like 9. He's 5 years or 4 years older
That's
than me.
tough to
Right.
keep three kids together.
In a parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now he's dealing with the fact.
Especially probably you.
Trust me, that my brothers were probably no cakewalk either.
I'm sure.
um, and then so I remember we're freezing and we're probably underdressed. And I remember a lot of people had blankets and shit around us. I brought them down. And so my dad turns to the woman next to us, real sweet woman, and he's like, excuse me, would you mind watching my children for a little bit? I'm going to go get blankets. Now, mind you, we took the L. So
Was
dad
he
is,
going to buy blankets at the
he
store?
was not buying blankets by any means. So he fucking hopped back on the L, left us here. Like, because he knew, but he was coming back. So he ran, took the L back,
Left
walked back.
you.
Hey, listen, he just met this beautiful, nice lady here who was kind
Oh
enough
my
to watch
God.
us.
Meanwhile, she's probably there with a full family
I
of
got,
her own.
I wanted to leave an hour ago. now she's now she's stuck with 3 kids. She had nothing to do with. Uh, yeah, so he hops on the L. Like again, it was Huntington Street stop, so it wasn't that many stops. So he gets off, and we didn't live too far from that stop, and he came home. And
How
I,
much how much time do you think it would have been to get back home?
I mean, depending on the train, and I guess maybe 15 minutes, not even.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
maybe.
another 15 to get back?
Probably.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
probably another 15 to get back. And that's, yeah, I mean, maybe taking out like the delay of the trains and the walking home and grabbing the blankets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I remember like hearing my mom's, interpretation of this story now. Like she's like, she walked in the door and she's like, oh, how was the parade? Oh, I'm going back. Like, where are the kids? They're still down there. My mom said that like it was the fucking
A
scariest moment of her life.
3-year-old. My God. Carol would kill me.
Ah, man. Oh man, so I don't even think he took the L back. I think like she's got in the car and then she drove him like right through Center City traffic, dropped them off here. We had the
Through
blanket.
the parade.
Hold on, my mom had Monte Carlo at the time. Like the Monte Carlo driving through the parade. Swan's Monte Carlo.
She just ran over Santa Claus.
Got the boys their blankets though. Yeah.
At least you got warm.
We did, and I mean, and listen, we got the blankets, and I do remember, like, yeah, because at the parade, we're not leaving now, like, we're waiting till the end, till Santa
Of
comes,
course.
right? Because,
Yeah.
like,
The
if
best
not,
part.
we're gonna lose our shit. Um, no doubt we will, So we give the envelopes in to the guys running through with the wheelbarrow, Santa's elves, and I do remember, like, it was back when Gimbals was around, I guess, and they had the Santa would just at the end of the parade would get onto like a fire truck and then it would extend up to like the Gimbal's window and he'd be
Right.
waving to the crowd and then he would climb in through the window and of the store
That was
and
the end.
and that was the end, man. It was just magical at that time.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget that one of like that fucking frigid Thanksgiving Day parade. Yeah,
Your
yeah.
your dad must have been a nut.
You know what? He's a ballsy motherfucker, right? I would
Yeah.
think that like
Wow.
very trusting of people.
I guess so.
Yeah. I say this is like, and again, we've all had some parental fails,
Oh
and
yes.
we were talking about parental fails, and we were killing each other here with like some of the shit that we've done. So we've all been guilty of it,
Mhm.
and but it's funny how like it does leave its mark,
Yeah.
and it's not like again, if anything, who I think the most traumatized of this whole story was mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
My
probably,
brothers
yeah.
and I, we didn't miss a beat. You know what I mean? So
So, like
yeah,
a shorter of the parenting like stories was when we go to Sea Isle during the summertime. So
right.
everybody's down there, my kids, my nieces, nephew. So we're in the condo having margaritas or whatever. So we all say, "Oh, let's go down to the arcade. We'll take a walk down to the arcade." So you walk down the promenade. It's like 4 or 5 blocks. Um, so we all go down there feeling good. Everybody's playing the skee ball and everything else. So it's time to go back. So we all start walking back. We get a couple blocks, and then I think maybe my niece Lauren says, "Where's Charlie at?" I'm like, "Where's Charlie at?" So I
Yeah.
start running immediately.
Just get like
Immediately,
if you had any buzz on,
huh?
totally off right
Yeah,
now.
gone,
It's gone. Now
gone.
your adrenaline kicked in. You're like, Uh-oh.
hit the panic button. I'm running back to the arcade to get them. I'm like, worst case scenarios are going through your head. We get there, there's this little old couple that has Charlie with them. Like, I think they were both holding his hand, and,
Complete strangers.
so yes, yeah, I guess I left them with 2 strangers, so maybe I'm like your dad, uh,
Yeah.
inadvertently, but
Yeah.
so I get him back, and we're walking back, like, it's relief, it's full relief, and
Yeah.
then I guess he was probably, like, he was little, like 4, 5, like,
Mm.
talking, and he's yelling, "You left me!" screaming at us on the promenade. I know. I'm sorry.
I came back for you. It's
Yeah,
like the fucking
straight up.
Home Alone moment. Like he's like Kevin McAllister. Like we left him.
Apparently, he still remembers, but I don't think he
Yeah.
remembers,
Yeah.
but we got him back, so it all worked
Right.
out,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Listen, we're certainly not perfect. I think especially like in your younger days when you have these parental fails, right? You're young, you're inexperienced, it's new, right?
yeah,
Um,
still trying to figure it out, you know?
then you know what? Amen, brother. Amen. I know myself. Like one time, like me and my brother-in-law, we were my wife and my sister-in-law had a bachelorette party, so that we were in charge of the kids. Our own kids, right? So like we're unsupervised.
Yes.
We were, so me and my brother-in-law were like, hey, let's go to the movies. Let's take them to the movies. And like, all right, perfect. We'll meet you up at the movies. So we go to the movie theater and we're trying to figure out what movie we want to see. And I think I remember it was like, I
How
do
about a
remember.
kids movie?
Yeah, it was Megamind was out at the time. I think that was the kids movie in like 2012. I was looking at, I was doing the math, and then that would have made Michael at about like 7 years old. You know what I mean? Maybe six or seven. You know what I
Around
mean?
there, that's
Right
good.
around there. And then, but there was another movie that me and my brother-in-law saw. We're like, dude, we should probably see this. And it was Jackass 3D. And we had my son, my niece who was younger, so she was probably 4 or 5.
Oh my god.
And then my nephew Colin with us, who was a little bit older, maybe 2 or 3 years older than Michael, but
He was
still,
probably still too young to
he
say.
still was too young. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was maybe
yeah,
9. He was
yeah,
maybe 9.
yeah.
All right, so now it's Jackass 3D, and we go, we purchase tickets, we get the 3D glasses, and I remember walking through, and then Michael looking up to me and saying, I wanted to see Megamind. And I mean, like the disappointment in his voice. I'm like, come on, this is going to be funny.
This is
You'll
even better.
you'll like it, I'll tell you. So then we get into the theater and we're fucking watching the movie, and it's like the normal opening, them doing stupid shit. Wasn't too crazy, and it was at this moment, Rob, that I fucking realized that I really fucking failed. So if you know Jackass and you know the characters, there's a guy, Party Boy, who
Right.
always is like half dressed, if not naked,
Yeah.
and this is a grown ass man, and he is in a scene here where he has uh, uh, a remote control helicopter or a drone, and it's tied to the end of his penis,
Oh,
and
Michael.
it's 3D. So all of a sudden I see, yeah, yeah, and I look over at my niece, my son, and I say, yep, we probably
Whoops.
fucking failed here as parents. So I
Think you do you think you figured it out at that moment?
at that moment. But we were not committed. We watched it till the end. We're not taking them out.
Of
Of
course.
course, like I want to watch the end here. Like I already fucked up. Like I mean,
Yes. How much worse do you get?
can't. So, but it did get worse actually. Yeah. So I did. So we go home and we're like, you know what? Like, what'd you guys do? Oh, we went to the movies. Very like kind of unassuming anything happened. And then, but Michael went to school when he was in preschool at the time. And then I used to drop him off. Tina comes in, and then the the principal
And
of the
you didn't
school.
tell Tina that you took the
No, we didn't tell her. And the principal grabs Tina to the side. She says, I'd like to talk to you about your son, Michael. He was in school today and he was talking about Jackass and the scenes at the movie to the other children. And my wife got blindsided. She's like, I know that they went to the movies. I don't know what they saw. You
Oh
know what I
my
mean?
god.
And then when I walked in the fucking door, like I probably saw what my dad saw when he walked into the door,
Yeah.
right? And it was a parental fail. Like I knew I fucking was an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You
I
probably should have just told her from when you got home
um,
and said it. We messed up.
Yeah, I probably should have owned it, but I just like,
But it came out later,
it
then you
came
got
out
more
later, and
trouble.
I probably should have just, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I wasn't really thinking.
Oh,
Again,
well,
I was trying to like, I knew I screwed
you
up,
were
but
trying to forget
yeah.
the whole thing?
Well, me and Michael, we enjoyed Jackass now to this.
Yeah. Forever fans.
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah. We just watched the second one that came out, so yeah. Our family, Jackass is, near and dear to our heart. Yeah, yeah,
Can't wait to ask Tina next time I see her what she thinks.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
great story, though.
Yeah,
Classic.
definitely some parental fails. So, like, I'm sure we all had some parental fails. Would love to hear some of your parental fails, and I mean, probably have a lot more. I know I have some more too. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I'm
So,
not
yeah,
to write them down.
definitely, yeah. But yeah, it's been a good show. Like again, just a quick short show here. Wanted to kind of check in here, and I feel like we are kind of getting organized here. And
Definitely a little bit more every week. Getting
yeah,
better.
no doubt. And I feel like, where we talked about last time, we do have a guest lined up. We have a guest from the book that we were talking about here, Confessions of Second Story Men, the K&A gang. We have an actual member of the K&A gang here, Chick. Really interesting character, right?
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah,
He came in, we talked to him. He's very with it. So like,
yeah,
and his stories are genuine and true, and he's just an awesome dude.
yeah. What a great guy. And like you said, like, I mean, sharp as a fucking tack, this guy. He's one of the last members here too. And
Yeah,
what about like just some of the interesting stories and like, you know, you know, obviously, living a life of crime at one time and on the run, and
yeah.
some of his run-ins with some people and things like that.
Playboy bunnies come into it.
Man, it's just like this guy, man. He's just a great guy,
Yeah,
great character. I think you guys are gonna love to hear some of the like kind of local stories here about the K&A gang, and really like an interesting group of.
I think you'll really enjoy it.
Yeah. So if you haven't, maybe pick up the book. I mean, we're planning on kind of coming back, like not this weekend, but the following weekend, right, Rob?
Hmm.
That's when we're going to kind of plan on kind of having our next episode here. So tune in on that. We're gonna check in with Chick from the K&A gang,
Yeah,
and
it'll be good. It'll
have
be
him
really
sit
good.
down here with us. It's going to be an awesome. So guys, hope you enjoyed this episode here. Rob, always good, my man. Enjoy your
Yes,
wedding.
certainly.
Have a great time, pal. The
Thank you.
wedding.
We
Yeah,
definitely
and I want
will.
to see some pictures when you come back, pal.
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll bring them.
I want to see your wedding chic here, your resort chic, and your um formal
Yeah. Resort
resort
formal
form.
attire.
Yes, yes, yes.
We'll be looking good. Don't worry.
Keep an eye out for Rabbi Rob here. Yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
yep. So again, thanks for checking out um the flyby here with Mike and Rob, and definitely we'll catch up with you guys soon. Have a great. We'll see you guys like 2 weeks. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks. See you guys soon.
So long.